Hello, good people. Welcome to our show. Hello, bad people. Welcome to our show. Hello, guys. Welcome. Today we are going to discuss more about SEO reports, how you can get results, how you can increase your ranking positions. It's not about to getting more traffic. It's more about to get more sales. It's very important to think about traffic value than to get more traffic. I'm so excited to discuss this topic with Munene Kelvin. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you so much for having me. That was an interesting intro. It was interesting being able to look at myself. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I want to confess, it's not me, it's my team. I cooperate with great people. you know, I I don't know
Uh,
how they can find all these pictures, videos, to create these videos, but I love to cooperate with great people who are better than me.
yeah.
And I'm jack of
Mm,
all trades. Sometimes I can feel
mm,
that my team can beat me in one side, but I'm good with management. I'm hiring great people, I manage them, so it's my strong side. But if we are speaking about skills, I'm so bad. But
but
yeah,
your
I
previous people did a great job for sure.
yeah, thank you, man. Okay, before we start, just tell more about yourself, about experience, background, about Kenya. You can share some valuable insights why you live in this country, and anything more about you.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, I'm based in Kenya, in the capital city. It's called Nairobi, Kenya. Um, Yeah, I was born and raised here. It's a beautiful place. I was just telling Anatoly that he should definitely come visit sometime. Yeah, so my background in SEO dates all the way back from my days in university, where I'd start learning about SEO by writing about SEO. So back then, all these jobs were coming out about how you can do SEO and write blog posts and get paid. So when I first learned about them, I was very excited to learn new things. I loved learning new things. So I was learning new things and writing about them. And this one time, I came across a client who was starting an SEO agency, and they wanted me to ghostwrite a lot of the blog content. So I was literally learning SEO as I was writing about SEO. So that was my first interaction with SEO. And after uni, I did psychology in uni. I just decided, you know what, that topic called SEO that I was writing about sounded very interesting. So let me go and try it out. And it's now been about 7 years since then. Yeah, it's I've been around the block, working with Kenyan companies, as well as US and European companies as well, just helping them to improve their content, their technical SEO, their reporting, and ultimately, like you said, it's all about getting more sales. You want more customers through those doors. Yeah, so it's that's pretty much my background.
Awesome, awesome. Love it. Love your background. I love to cooperate with experienced people. It's very important in SEO. And I remember when I started my digital journey, I was so bad, but competition was low.
Yeah,
That time I knew how to buy more backlinks that my competitors had. I created content for search engines. I hired a big team who wrote about anything. I gave them topics like weight loss, finance, everything. They wrote Google ranked. Today, it's not. You can't. It's not because
yeah,
Google changed uh, algorithms. It's not because of competition. Google has choices. All websites are online, all companies online, plus 2 billion websites online, and you need to compete with them. You need to overcome them. You need to find the right way. And I want to ask about your methods, how to create the right strategy. I think everything starts with crafting the right strategy. And what I usually see when companies chase high volume, okay, they open like tools, SEMrush, Ahrefs, Moz, Uber suggests, it doesn't matter. Just use some well-known tools, and if you type any keyword, let's imagine weight loss, you can get a lot of suggestions like weight loss reviews, weight loss supplements, I don't know, how to lose weight, many good suggestions, but it's tough to overcome websites that desert high ranking positions, that have a lot of backlinks. So tell your methods, how to do it, how to find keywords that will bring results. And it's not only about traffic, keywords that will bring sales.
Yeah, that's a very good question, because the internet, especially now in the age of AI content, has just blown up with content, right? So when it comes to keyword research, I think the internet has gone a little, um, just maybe complementing keyword research with entity SEO. So as opposed to back in the day when keywords were all the rage, I think nowadays just working with entities gives you a competitive advantage. So if you're working, you'll just do your same keyword research when it comes to like using the tools that you mentioned, Uber Suggest, SEMrush, Moz, Ahrefs. But at the end of the day, anyone can write that sort of content that you're talking about. Just the same way you said, you when you started out, you had people who are writing content for you, and you could basically just Google everything that you need, any information that you want nowadays, and you could write about it. So I think entities give you a really good competitive advantage, and basically, I think what one thing the Wordlift does really well. So at Wordlift, I'm an SEO specialist at Wordlift, and one thing that Wordlift does really well is to focus on entities and not just keywords for your website. So what entities are is basically being able to communicate to Google in a way that is a machine readable language. So when you write in English, it helps it, but it only goes so far, as compared to someone who's actually building things like their structured data, their schema markup, and all these other things. So if you're being able to, if you're able to build a good knowledge graph for your website, you can go a step further other than just doing keyword research and writing content for your website. You can build a good, we call it a good foundation or a good base, where you can literally just talk to Google in a machine to machine kind of language, where you're not talking English to a machine that understands ones and zeros, right? So if you're able to have good schema markup on your website, that gives you a good competitive advantage, because so many people nowadays just have content, right? But not very many people are into entity SEO. And I believe in this age and era, as you're looking to improve things like EAT, as you're looking to improve things like the how well the intent of your content, having a good competitive advantage goes a long way in trying to at least kick people, your competition, out of the way as you're trying to reach for that top position on search engine results pages.
Yeah, awesome, awesome, valuable. Uh, let's talk about SEO reports. If I search on Google, I can find a bunch of SEO reports, great templates, but I found all customers are different. And
Yep.
some customers don't ask for reports at all. They want to see results, and
Yes.
they can open Google Analytics, Google Search Console, to see the traffic, sales, many good insights. And for example, during a month, I can share what I did. It's not like in the last day at month. I just do it every single day. Okay, we wrote a new text, we created design, we started outreach campaign, link building. So yeah, we cooperate. Then clients don't ask, please print me report, I want to understand. But it doesn't mean that other clients don't ask. I have clients who can ask, please share everything, tell me everything what you did, please show in your SEO report step by step, take all your documents in one report. So we're different. It's okay. I love it. I think we need to personalize this experience, and we need to satisfy customer intent, like we usually do in search engines. So tell your methods, how to personalize SEO reports.
Well, I think I love numbers. So the one thing that I've learned to do, especially in the past 1 year here at Wordlift, and I think I came to realize over the course of time, the past couple of years, is that even those clients that say they don't care about the reports, at some point they're going to ask you a question where a report is going to be necessary. So I think first things first, I always say, whenever you start working with a client, it's very important first of all to know what exactly the North Star is. What exactly does this client want? And then before you start working with them, lay down the KPIs that you want to achieve, and then that way you can start to work towards building a good report for them. Because if you're interested in improving, for example, the number of queries that a certain web page is ranking for, if I come and start telling you that we were able to add 3 paragraphs to your website, you really don't care about the 3 paragraphs. You just want to know how many queries was I ranking for before, how many queries am I ranking for now, So having those KPIs becomes very important. And then I think a powerful way of making sure that you have all this data in a place where a client or you can access at any time is to build maybe a template. So one thing that really comes through for SEO reports is using tools like Looker Studio, or you can use a tool like Power BI as well if you want to build a good dashboard. That it's a nice, clean dashboard that you can share with your clients. And it comes in handy because you can be able to play with around with different assets on the website. So, for example, um, sometimes you might not be interested in seeing the whole website, the data for the whole website. Fine, you have access to Google Analytics, you have access to Google Search Console, but you only worked on, let's say, 100 URLs on a website. So you're mostly interested in seeing how exactly are the sales from these 100 URLs affecting. How exactly is the traffic from these 100 URLs affecting the rest of the website? So a really cool thing that comes in handy in such a situation is to have a control and variant set. So if you worked on 20 URLs, for example, you could decide, um, if I'm optimizing the content on 20 URLs, I'm intentionally not going to touch 5 URLs on this website. And at the end of the day, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the difference between the trajectory or the performance of these 20 URLs that I worked on and these 5 URLs that I did not work on. So that way you're able to compare with the client and see, so these URLs, the 20 URLs that I worked on probably increased in traffic by like 20%. But if you look at these 5 URLs that we did not work on, they probably stagnated or they had a dip in traffic. So that means you're able to show a very clear correlation between the work that you did and the performance or the improvement in performance that you're actually getting. Yeah, so I think that's one of the biggest tips I'd have for any SEO out there who's trying to show a client. But my work is actually having an impact. Have a control and variant group, show the client exactly the impact of your work, and then if they want to scale that impact across multiple pages, that you now have a baseline for what the client can expect.
Awesome, awesome. Um, I decided to open on LinkedIn
Mhm.
profile of your company, WordLift. You mentioned about this
Yeah,
company, so I
yeah.
I wanna know more. And what I like, your short bio, very short bio. AI powered SEO. you know, I spent so much time to write my bio, but I like your bio a lot more. Short and understandable.
Yeah.
Clients love simplicity. And
Mhm.
I want to speak more about AI. The last time
Mhm.
I implement AI everywhere. And
Mhm.
I see another trend when marketers are losing jobs because of AI. According to data, I don't remember exactly the number, but like 5% lost jobs because of AI. And I don't think they lost jobs because of AI. They lost jobs because someone implemented AI and could replace them. So that is why I usually implement a lot AI, and my results increased. so much increased. We got a lot more traffic. We play with this tool, and yes, I think it's the best time today, the best time to start AI implementation. It's like when internet appealed, when social media new appealed, like TikTok, Facebook. Early adopters usually win in the long run. And today you still have time in AI. Even someone who lost jobs, it's the best time to start thinking how you can adapt what you have. You didn't lose jobs because of AI. You lose jobs because someone implemented AI and can replace you. And I want to ask about SEO and AI. Google was against AI for many years, even to use AI in algorithms. But the last time I see when Google changed the mind, changed the policy about AI, and when I spoke with Fabrice Canel from Bing, he told me Bing doesn't care about AI written content or not. Bing cares only about quality. I think Google is on the same position, even having such algorithms that are against AI. And I understand why. It's not because AI written, it's because of quality. If you can use AI to create high quality content, Google will love it. Users will love it. And I use a lot AI. You can use even AI detectors to check my content. It will show, yeah, it's AI written. Who cares? If customers find value on this content, that's okay. Don't care about AI detectors if you create quality. It's not like, if of course, if you generate from scratch, AI only rewrites existing content. But if you use it smart, collect data, edit these results, you can get great results. Tell your methods. Okay, if it's important to use AI, content creators complain that AI it's rewriting tool. I agree. It's the best rewriting tool ever. But if you use it smart, you can get results. Tell your methods how to do it.
Um, I think you put it very well. I don't think AI is here to replace the work people who are doing their work, and content creators especially. I think it's important for any content creator to start learning how to use AI. I'll be honest, I think until about 2 years ago, I hadn't started to tinker with any code, any automation in my work. But out of the blues, I started getting very interested in things like automation and using things like Python to automate my tasks, and it just blows up your level of efficiency, right? Because and when it comes to content creators, I think the most content creators I've seen right now, they're really embracing AI. You'll hear stories of so many people who are using ChatGPT to write their content. But I think the most important bit is to make sure that there's actually quality control happening within that process. So you're not just throwing in a prompt on ChatGPT and telling it write me an article about how to maybe on a topic like reporting for SEO. ChatGPT will do that, right? Because it's pretty much just throwing out information that's out there. But as long as you have that human loop in your process, so ChatGPT gives you that information, and then you come back and look at that blog post and be like, okay, here's one thing that I can add. Maybe it's like a personal experience. Here's a little nugget that the program did not mention. You're able to actually add more value to this content in a way that this AI could not have added. So I think it helps to make work easier, but it doesn't replace the human in the loop completely, because quality control is a very important aspect in using AI, and especially when it comes to content, because I think it's very dangerous for us to just spit out content out there without any human verifying whether this is true or not. And I know some people are actually doing that, which again, like we said, when it comes to Google, they just want high quality. So they definitely have their quality raters, and they're able to say this is not good quality content, whether it's AI content or it's not. Because even a human can write content, and Google will say this is not helpful at all, as we've seen in in the latest helpful content update. But at the end of the day, just having that human in the loop, I think, is a powerful way to make sure that the content is good. Use AI, make sure you're using it, because I don't think it's going away. It's only getting better. People are trying to improve it every now and then. So the sooner you jump on the ship, the better it is for you, because more people are trying to learn how to use it, and it gives you a competitive advantage if you're a content creator that knows how to use AI, as opposed to a content creator and you really don't care about AI. I think you're gonna get passed by a huge wave that's happening right now.
Yeah, love it, love it. You mentioned a few times about quality content. Let's dive deeply on this topic, because without quality content, you can't
Mhm.
get any results. And can you clarify what quality means? For example, I agree, it's very important to have high quality content, but what means high quality content? For example, um, uh, I can create high quality content in niche that I don't understand, even by using AI. I tried with weight loss, finance, various topics, accounting, and I failed. I failed because it's only generic content. I can't understand. If you ask me, please write an article how to play guitar, I can't, because I don't know how to play guitar. I can ask ChatGPT, I can get results, but it's not quality. It's generic. For me, quality when you can bring something new to this world, when you can uh, take what you have, combine with your personal experience, then you can create quality content. I can write quality content in SEO, digital marketing, because I work on this niche. I spend all days. You don't need to ask me to create high quality content in SEO, because I do it every single day, by
Yeah.
playing with ChatGPT. So tell what quality means for our audience who started from scratch and wanna create quality content.
Um, I think I think EAT is becoming a huge part of quality content as we know it nowadays. As you put it, that experience bit. If you really know what you're talking about, there's gonna be a big difference between someone who spits out content and using AI, and someone who actually understands what they're talking about, right? And you can tell, like, when a lawyer writes about an article on a legal topic, it's going to be very different than when a copywriter or an SEO like me and you try to write about legal content, right? So I think quality content is today becoming a lot more tied to your experience and your expertise in that niche. So it becomes more important for you to establish yourself as an expert, as an experienced player in that niche, as opposed to someone who's just trying to spit out content. And then an interesting question also comes up when you talk about it like that, because you could be, let's say you're a lawyer who just started like your legal practice, and you've been a lawyer for like 10 years or maybe 5 years, and this is the first time you're writing about like any legal topics, so or any topics in law rather. So how do you establish that expertise, that experience for the internet if the internet doesn't already know you? I'd say that becomes a really important part of the quality, because if even a new lawyer who the internet has never heard of is regarded as someone who's generic, it means that if this lawyer needs to take time to actually build their expertise and authority in the industry, it means that the internet is actually, or rather maybe Google in this case, since we're SEOs, is actually doing a good job trying to regulate the players that can actually give us information about a certain topic. So I think for me, quality content goes out to speak into your experience, your expertise, your authoritativeness, and your trustworthiness. It's becoming a big player in the content that we see thriving today, and I think that's gonna keep becoming bigger and bigger by the day.
Yeah, love it, love it. Yeah, I think it's important to have experience in specific topics. That is why Google launched this algorithm, EEAT, experience, expert, authority, trust. And I remember when I started my digital journey, I mentioned about that we had a team of copywriters who wrote about anything.
Mhm.
Google fired all this team. uh, okay, I fired Google, help me, to push me forward to fire these
Yeah.
people, because if someone writes about everything, they become jack of all trades, when you can't compete with experts. And I found two important elements about quality content. The first element, you need to know the topic we discussed. It's very important. You need to have extended experience. And the second, you need to know how to write. So if you can't write, because I cooperate with some accounting experts. They are great, get a lot of money, cool revenue, but they have no experience to write. It's really tough to tell them that you need to write every single day if you want to create high quality content. You need to have this experience to improve your writing skills. So if I don't see the second element, to know how to write, then it's not quality content, because writing just for the sake of writing, even if you share value, it doesn't work. You need to retain your audience. You need to provide non-boring content. I remember when I spoke with Jim Edwards. He worked in Business Insider 10 years, and he told me that success of Business Insider depends on creating non-boring content. Business is boring, but Business Insider found the way how to entertain your audience, how to keep them a strong reason to consume this content. So yeah, I agree. I love it. Uh, I wanna ask about creating content at scale. You know, uh, look at it. I know quality is more important than quantity, 100%. But with AI, I found the way. How to increase speed, how to get more content, high quality content. Of course, we check this content, we analyze, but we can increase our speed. Tell your methods. If you use AI, how you this tool can help you to increase speed and create more high quality content.
Um, I think creating high quality content at scale with AI nowadays is pretty easy to do. There are things that are a little mundane, for example, like writing product descriptions. If you have like 1,000 products on your e-commerce site, you really don't want to go through the work of writing every single product description for each of those products. And let's say you have even category pages, you also don't want to go through the trouble of having to write each and every single product, I mean, a description for those category pages. So I think with AI, at Wildlift, we do have tools that are able to automate creation of things like this, creating product at scale. But again, I think it all goes back to having a human in the loop. It's a very important bit, and I think I love the fact that Wildlift takes this seriously, and I've seen so many people, I think on Twitter SEO as well. They take the human in the loop part very seriously. At least the people who are really interested in getting quality content. So you can roll out, let's say, even like 200 product descriptions at once. But at the end of the day, don't just let it go straight to publishing without an editor looking at this content. You have tools that use things like GPT-4 nowadays that bring out really good quality content. But at least having that human in the loop helps you to catch a few things here and there that an AI program or an AI tool could not have anticipated. Sometimes it might be information that's not correct about your products or your business or the niche. Sometimes it's small things like grammatical or punctuation errors. That's not a really big deal. But in this age where there's a lot of content, you don't want an AI tool talking about something that's incorrect regarding your niche or your business or your products. And you don't want to take the risk. So I think having the human in the loop is a good part of having that, of being in that process. But again, I think anyone who's doing content at scale needs to take advantage of, or anyone who's not doing it rather needs to take advantage of AI today, because there's so much that you can do with creating content at scale, and it's not just product descriptions. Sometimes it might even be things like blog posts or even bios. People are doing it nowadays. I think I saw a friend of mine telling me how they did a cover letter with ChatGPT. So it might be something as small as the product description, or something as huge as blog post. But I think I'm always gonna go back to have that human in the loop, edit that content. Even if you're creating 10 pieces, 10 articles, or 100 product descriptions, make sure that there's an editor in the background looking at this content, verifying it, making sure that the information is correct always. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, valuable. Let's talk about the future a little bit.
Mhm.
I wanna share my story. For example, when I started digital,
Mhm.
I ignored blog content because Google was not smart enough to recognize user intent. So we created e-commerce content and ranked with info content, info intent. Today I can't. I can't cheat the system like this. It's almost impossible to game the system. Google can recognize the user intent, and yeah, it's part of the job. But I want to ask about blog content. Today, blogs bring more traffic than any other channel. Uh, and if I remember correctly, the number like 56% of all traffic from SEO are coming to blog content, blog articles, and it's part of the job to write a valuable blog post, to submit your call to action, to interlink with your commerce pages. You can get results. We need to cover sales funnel to help customers, but I'm not sure about the future. Let me explain why. For example, I'm a user. Yeah, let's forget that I work in SEO. I'm a user, and I decided to search on Google the question: Can I use Tesla in Florida? I mean, self driver's function in Florida if I buy Tesla. Um Autopilot, you can't use this feature in many states in the US, but I decided to find can I use in Florida. I searched this keyword on Google, and I spent so much time to read all this content, I couldn't find the answer. Then I opened BART and asked totally the same question. I got reply for a few seconds. For a few seconds, by Bart replied to this question. Then I started to research about legislation to open the company, and the same. I searched on Google, many content, but I couldn't find the answer to my direct question. I asked again on ChatGPT and got this answer for a few seconds. So I'm not sure about the future. You know, when someone can tell chatbots can't replace Google, I don't think so. I think chatbots provide a good job today to reply to some questions. Of course, sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it's inaccurate, but users are looking for ways how to save time. So Google uh, gets a lot of traffic because of saving time to find content. It's not like social media. All social media have the goal to retain as much as possible. If people spend more time on YouTube, on LinkedIn, Twitter, then social media can earn a lot more revenue money. But on Google, it's not the same. Google has the goal to leave the user as quick as possible. So if user use uses Google to find the relevant link, they need to leave this search engine fast. Then the goal is achieved. Uh, so I can't do it the same like I can do with chatbots. So I think search generative experience from Google or any other chats will take part of this trade, and I will use Google for more broad topics when I need to get deep knowledge or learn. But I'm not sure. Probably chats can reply to these questions. True. So, tell, what do you think about the future of blog content? Your thoughts about that, and how we can adapt today to this possible future.
Well, predicting the future is definitely not the easiest thing to do, but looking at the trend and the way it's going right now, it's true what you said. Chatbots and such generative experiences is basically becoming a key player in search as we know it right now. Um, One thing that I think website owners can actually try to get ahead of this trend is to make sure that they have interactive chatbots on their site as well. I think I mentioned earlier about using the use of entities and building a knowledge graph. Um, the It's very interesting that the amount of things that you can do with just having your own knowledge graph, because it's basically a repository of data that's very particular about your website. So Google uses knowledge graphs as well, and that's how they're able to have this repository of knowledge. And when you search for something, it spits out the knowledge that it has. So I think looking forward into the future, people are probably going to start going into that direction as well. So here's what I mean. If we've realized that Google is asking you to come to their website, and when you ask a question, it's responding with instant answers. Why aren't we doing it on our websites? Why don't we have interactive chatbots where if someone lands on my website, no, gone are the days where or probably soon gone will be the days when people land on your website and they have to search for a link, and you have to look for people moving from one link to the other. Why don't I have just one interactive chatbot? When someone lands on my site, fine, they can land on my site from Google, but when they come to my site, how easy is it for them to look for relevant content on the topic that they're looking for? So for example, you mentioned like about registering a company. Maybe the content that you found was content about registering a company in the US. What if you also wanted to register a subsidiary of the same company in, I don't know, in Italy, for example? Do you does this website also have this content? If it does, you really don't need to go back to Google and and search for this content. You can just go on the chatbot and type whatever content you want, right? I've seen. I know. I wish Andrea was the one here, our CEO at Wordlift. He raves about chatbots, and it's really cool the amount of things that you could do with a chatbot, especially when it's a chatbot with your own content. You can personalize it to use your tone of voice. You can personalize it to use your content. You can personalize it to talk to a user about the content that's actually on the site. And you can also make sure that this user is getting the right user experience by providing everything that they want right on your website. So I think if you invest in a really good knowledge graph, you can be able to use it as a baseline to start building these other levels, such as having your own personal chatbot on your website. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think looking into the future, I feel like more SEOs are going to start looking into that. I think it can be a really good way to start investing in keeping people on your website, because at the end of the day, you want that user when they land on your website, you want them to get the most value to the point where they actually convert. So if they have to keep going back to Google, and I don't think Google is selling them anything, they'll probably lose the chance for them to buy from you. So that once they land there, having your own personalized chatbot that gives the information that's on your website becomes a very valuable tool that gives you a competitive advantage in today's market space.
Yeah. Got it. Very well. Um, I have my final question
Mhm.
about your experience. I love to ask this question because I have students in my network who are looking for a way to learn from scratch. I have business owners who wanna get the basic to cooperate with experts who can lead them in the right direction. So, two different people, but they wanna learn from scratch without any experience, knowledge, skills. I wanna ask you, if you started today, you have no experience, you know that Google exists, you try the search engine to find something to buy or learn, but you never optimize any websites before. What will you do today if you started from scratch?
Hmm. Um, that's a very good question. So I think one thing I'd do is I'd look for one of the most comprehensive courses in SEO. I think I took one sometime last year. I think SEO Manager by it's by Blue Array. It's one of the most comprehensive SEO courses that I've seen out there. It's loaded with a lot of information that you need about SEO if you're learning SEO from scratch, and it has bite-sized sort of information. Um, the other thing I'd do is I'd be very open to networking with people, especially on Twitter. I think Twitter and LinkedIn as well has been one of the most informative platforms for me, aside from reading blogs and watching podcasts like this one, and watching YouTube videos rather. Twitter has been like a really good repository of information because there's so many people there who are trying to spread this information about SEO. And if you follow them, the likes of Anatoly, the likes of Aleida Solis, Lily Ray, all these people who are talking about SEO every single day, you get to learn first-hand information about what's happening live, any new things that have dropped. Because unfortunately, I think one thing that no one tells you when you get into SEO is that things are changing every now and then. You might have a strategy that worked like a couple of months ago, for example, and then Google drops a new algorithm update, and boom, your strategy is is blown out of the water. So I think following people on social media becomes a really important part of that. The other thing that I would do is to play around with like actually practice what I'm learning. Um, uh, Thanks, Rao Asif. I think the other thing that I do is also to practice what I'm learning. I think for a very long time, I thought that I could just learn these things and get away with. I'll wait until I get a client for me to be able to practice whatever I'm learning. So I think I'd be very quick to register a domain, get a good hosting, and start, I don't know, writing about something. It could even be writing about SEO. That website doesn't have to rank on the first page of Google, but it's going to teach you a very critical thing about how to optimize someone else's website. And I think an important place to start is WordPress, because so many people nowadays are using WordPress websites. So that gives you a good baseline. I think my skills kind of went from one level to like two levels higher when I started creating my own websites. So I think I must have created, like, I don't know, like uh, five websites until I remember the first time I worked with a client website. It was so easy for me to work with it and to do. I didn't even know I was doing technical SEO until I learned that there's actually a category of SEO called technical SEO. Because I was so used to tinkering on my website, I was just on my website at like 2 a.m. wondering, okay, why is this part of this website broken? So it became so easy for me as an SEO to talk to web developers when I transitioned into like technical SEO. The same way, when we talk about, let's say, for example, it's reports in SEO, you might write a report with really good recommendations, but if you're not able to describe them because you probably have had no experience with whatever you're talking about, the developer is just going to look at your recommendations and be like, okay, I have so much work to do. I can't touch any of this right now. I don't even understand what you want me to do, so I'm not going to do it. But if you've actually tinkered with something like this on your own website, you're able to explain it to the developer in a way that actually makes sense, and they can quickly implement some of the recommendations or all of the recommendations that you're giving to them. So yeah, I think that would be my three-step process. Take a really comprehensive course, start implementing the things that I'm learning on my own website, and follow really be proactive on Twitter and follow the people that are really proactive on Twitter and LinkedIn. Yep.
Yeah, awesome. Valuable. Valuable. I agree. It's not like how to learn, it's more about how to practice. So if
Yeah.
you practice, then results will come. And
That's for
it's
sure.
important to have patience. You can't get overnight success, but
A
it's
lot.
not about SEO. It's not because of SEO. You can't get overnight success at any other marketing channel. Let me know how to become an Instagram influencer overnight. I don't know. People spend many years to craft skills to get results, and I know some influencers who have plus a few million followers, and I spoke with them. Most of them couldn't get results for 10 years. So they just crafted skills, got experience, then in one shiny day, follow followers, subscribers uh, come to them. So I think it's part of the process to acquire skills, to be better than others. And it's the same with SEO. You need to have patience. With patience, go step by step, and sometimes it's better to forget about getting results, to build high expectations. Just love what you do. If you love what you do, it doesn't matter. I can play basketball for a long time. Nobody pays for this hobby. I love it. I think
Yeah.
people watch TV 6 hours a day, so they pay to watch TV for loving movies and something like this. uh, it's the same with SEO. You need to love optimizing websites. You need to love creating content. You need to enjoy promotion, link building. If you do it, then results will come. I don't know when, but just love
They
what
will.
you do and overcome your competitors. It's a big pleasure to get on the show. I love this experience. So valuable. Welcome back anytime to share more valuable insights. Tell
Yeah.
the
Thank
best
you
way
for
how to keep
having me.
learning from you, how to reach out to you, how to follow you.
You can find me on Twitter, Munene KL, and on LinkedIn as Munene Kelvin. Yeah, I'm happy to connect to anyone. Always open to learning. And once again, thank you so much for having me on the show. I had a lot of fun
Yeah.
talking about SEO.
Nice, nice. Thank you so much, guys. You can find the link to LinkedIn account in the description below, to all social media, and including website Word Lift in the description. So open, reach out, follow. Because I follow, you need to follow too. So if you follow, you can get a lot more valuable sites. You mentioned some great experts like Lily Ray, Lady Solis, but I recommend to follow uh, Moonen too, because you can get a lot more value. Okay, guys, love you. See you.